Hello, I'm Sam, Business Development Manager here at Open Fifth. And welcome to today's webinar where we will take a look at the marketing and promotional tools available using Aspen Discovery. There are four main Aspen Discovery goals for libraries, and we are today concentrating on the top two, which are all about engaging your audience and maximising the use of your resources. Your library is your brand. Now that physical visits may not be the main draw of libraries, how do we ensure that our customers know about all we can offer? And how do we encourage new folks to visit your service? Sadly, the majority of us do not have the curb appeal of the Helsinki Public Library. This is one I visited a few years ago, and it is absolutely beautiful. So obviously they've got a lot of curb appeal. We often have to work within limitations of our libraries to work around. The building or location may not be pulling in passing visitors. Our online presence may have been a bit underdeveloped or clunky. We have a lack of staff time or knowledge in designing those pages, and almost guaranteed we have a lack of funds. All these great resources and services are absolutely wasted if they are not made use of. So how do we entice folks in? The first step is to assess your services and offers. What are the wow factors for your service? What's new or surprising? Do you have an excellent resource, a reading or a hobby club, a support for study or research, beautiful and useful places to work and study, a great new event, fantastic links to health programs, the ability to borrow equipment or games, or a makerspace? All these feel like it's just our standard stuff we do in libraries, and we've been offering them for ages. But they are such amazing services and support, and they are resources that would really surprise and delight people. We just need to get a bit better at the marketing and promotion. Aspen really helps us do this in several ways. Branding, for instance. No two Aspens look the same. This is because of the customization features that are available. This is a little collage of Aspen sites for you on the screen now. Customization is all through an inbuilt administration panel, and you can change this whenever you want. There's no need to be a web expert or wait for your support company to do it for you. You can change everything from menus, colors, images, and layout. You could create a whole Aspen Kids area or create pages for curriculum focus if you are an academic library. It's really easy to create fantastic content in Aspen. You will have workshops during implementation that will be a practical introduction and training on how to manage and create your Aspen pages. But you may not want to use every feature and option right at the beginning, or there might well be new features before you even go live that you want to make use of. The worldwide community shares themes and ideas for you to pick up and make your own. There is a real culture of reciprocal learning and sharing best practice, so you will never grow short of ideas for what to do next. I've included a link to a brilliant community pages for Aspen, which is actually created in Aspen with links to all things Aspen. I'm just going to show you that now. So this is the Aspen Discovery community page. If we just scan down, you will find there's all sorts of links and useful information about groups and what's happening in Aspen. There's links to the community gatherings, which happen regularly, and the little journal, the e-magazine that is produced about Aspen. Not much skill or effort, as I mentioned, is required to achieve fantastic Aspen pages. It comes with an inbuilt web design feature and templates, or you can choose to use the option of Grapes.js, which is an open source, multi-purpose web builder framework. which combines different tools and features to help you build HTML templates without any knowledge of coding. Grapes.js allows for a much more flexibility in creating individual frames and sections of the page that can be moved around until you have the look you want. Aspen also comes with useful things like a contrast checker and preset themes such as high contrast and dark mode. So Grapes allows you to kind of ignore the usual formatting of the basic Aspen pages. And in this case, they've used that the Grapes template to really just put a lot of images that become links to other things that you would like to see in the library. So use Aspen Discovery as your library portal and website. Entice people in with browse categories, make them dynamic, reflect your context, your current events, make your headings appealing, make it look like your actual physical library with the display of new books as a carousel, and etc. People really enjoy browsing as well as just popping in for the search that they intended to do. Treat Aspen as an extension of the library experience, not just a search bar. For people to come back to it again and again, you will have to refresh the content regularly. This all gives a big visible boost to your shop front. It's the most important online presence for the library, and take advantage of marketing with it. An important feature of Aspen is to connect what has previously been a very disparate collection to the one search. Make sure you bring in what you can. So if you have any local archives, digitized materials, subscriptions to electronic materials, repositories, maybe council or institutional websites, these can all be indexed into the search. And it means that for the first time, your users can browse materials and services that may have been hard to find before. So how do we make the Aspen shopfront draw in those first-time visitors, return visits, and engagement clicks? Placards is one way. Placards pop up a related ad based on keyword, and these can promote all kinds of things. A new event, a resource, a link to further support. So my example here, I search for language, and it's popped up with a useful resource for language learning. But this can be any kind of keyword, and it can be related to perhaps a search within a certain parameter in the Aspen. So for instance, if there is any search in the children's library, you might pop up any events that are happening for children. Because Aspen can index web pages, this means that vital services can be linked to the user at the point of need. I'm thinking here about searches about finance fears or things like homelessness or very personal issues that they might not want to come to the counter and ask for library staff support with. But they are able to search for it and find the support they need. As well as the resources that are available, they can be guided to sources of local support too. You can attach a dismiss button to your placards so that they don't interrupt Aspen viewing if the offer is of no interest to that customer. They can have buttons within the placard to link directly to a resource, a poll, an event, another form, or web page. And a great use is the new community engagement module in Aspen, which helps track sign-ups and completion of milestones for such as reading challenges. And these same placards and other features can highlight these important and fun services. What is great for administration of these placards is that they can be calendared and time limited, and they automatically cease to be displayed or start to be displayed at a predetermined date. It's so much easier in terms of admin that you don't have to go in and administer those ends and start dates. And of course, it can be used to re-trigger the use of a placard for annual recurring events too. There is a great video already by Fiona explaining how to set up placards, which I have linked on this slide. So how can we ensure that visitors are pointed to all our other offers? Aspen does a lot of behind-the-scenes linkage to the user's searching, borrowing, and clicking activity to really start to tap into the things that they might be interested in. And this gives a really customized library experience. The Explore More feature appears in most searches, well, any but the combined search, and it appears about halfway down the results. It highlights all the other options and items that are linked to that search. It's not limited to resources. It could be an event, a web page, a council service, anything linked to your Aspen, really. There is also the You Might Also Like option. This builds from the patron's borrowing, holds, and search, and is displayed in the user's area when they log in. The While You Wait option is displayed on the user's own holds or reservations, or in search results where they have clicked the hold button. More like this appears after a successful search, any successful search. And it's under the item detail pages. And it's used to lead them to related items. So this is an item that I have searched for and I've clicked on the details. And then underneath, it's going to be showing me not only reviews, etc., that have been placed on this item, but the More Like This has appeared to lead me further in. Next, I'm going to talk about browse categories. These are a powerful visual way to allow the user to have more of a roam the shelves experience. Or perhaps when you pop in and look at the new display experience. Those browse categories appear on your homepage even when you're not logged in. They can be used for things like promotions, new stock, celebrations and annual activities, activity areas for kids, categories of stock like large print, or a curriculum area if you are an academic library. And when a user is logged in, they can also see a special category designated to recommend things based on their own activity too. Next, collection spotlights. We did a little video on how to set these up, hosted by Andrew a while ago, and I'm going to include the link to that YouTube here. Collection spotlights are handy frames that can then be embedded in any web page and can contain multiple tabs to cover different resources, as in our example here, which has got a different tab for knitting and quilting. Back to social media reviews and sharing. There are lots of ways for users to share their findings, both as a direct link to resources, emailing, or sharing a list, or posting to social media. They can leave a rating, which will then appear on all users' searches. They can leave a review, and don't worry, a list of banned words is inbuilt. And you can also, as a staff member, easily delete any unwanted reviews. The reviews can be amended or deleted by the user themselves and will also go towards their future recommendations. As with all recommendations, though, they can disagree and click not to show it. This will build the algorithm for better selections for them going forward. There are some great integrations with Aspen, with both free and paid for review websites. Some of them are shown here. One of the great advantages of Aspen is it's being open source. It has integration in mind, and it makes these as easy as possible for your library. And new integrations like these are coming along all the time. Aspen benefits from a free app for download called Leader. It is suitable for iOS and Android, and anyone can download to their device. OpenFifth helped set up a European version of Leader on App Store and Google Play, so that it can be searched by name or use GPS to find their nearest Aspen library. After they log in, they have use of a lot of the Aspen functionality, but on the go. A very popular use is to scan ISBNs in bookshops and then place them on their wish lists at the library. Leader also allows for the device to be used to show their library ID number for self-issue and entry systems, and patrons can also borrow ebooks and e-zines direct to the device. Leader is a great way to expand your library's reach. So we've done all this lovely marketing and promotion. Our Aspen shopfront looks amazing, but how can we tell if we've had an impact? Well, Aspen has an integrated dashboard of lots of aspects of user experience. And this is not just numbers of clicks, but visits to individual pages and e-resource visits. So, for example, you could have linked to your annual survey, and the stats will tell you how many folks visited that survey page. And this will give you a useful statistic against the numbers of those folks that went on to fill the survey in. The analytics provided can be viewed as is, shared as a link or an email, or exported into your another institutional analytics software, such as Power BI. It can also integrate well with Google Analytics GA4. We have some great instructions on setting up a GA4 link for Koha here. The principles are very similar. And if you are one of our Aspen customers, get in touch and we will help you integrate it. Quick polls you have created in your Aspen will also show the results here. Any stats and graphs available here, you can choose to embed back into the Aspen for users to see too. And those embedded statistics and links will update automatically alongside the graph or chart. In conclusion, Aspen is a fantastic marketing tool for your library or archive. I hope this very brief guide to how Aspen can improve promotion of your service has been useful. Of course, we have more webinars coming up soon, and these are on the screen now, and these can be booked on our website or browse the videos on our YouTube. We are always open to ideas for future webinars, and we are currently planning Q1 of 2026. So if you have any ideas, please get in touch. If the slides would be useful, or you need a more in-depth look at any of these webinar information, then please contact us. Thank you and see you next time.